Two student leaders of Hong Kong's pro-democracy camp have been arrested in a standoff with police. By court order, sites are being cleared across the city, which have blocked streets now for 2 months. Authorities say despite the interruption, they've managed to clear the Mong Kok camp. Stephanie Bolchi reports.
Not giving ground.
They would really swing their batons around. The police in the dark blue uniforms tend to be more violent. Yesterday they pushed people to the ground, so I'm scared, but I still have to come out.
Pro-democracy supporters refuse to leave the busy Mong Kok district. Thousands of police enforcing a 2-day court-ordered clearance of their site, with pepper spray and force.
Today, for no reason, a crowd wearing red caps and appearing to be Beijing supporters are here to clear the site. What gives them the power to clear the site? How can you prove that they are the workers who have the duty to clear the site?
Joshua Wong was one of 2 student leaders taken into custody. More than 100 have been arrested. It started off peacefully on Tuesday as workers began clearing the site, but numbers swelled. Protesters hit back by erecting more barricades.
Anyone who obstructs the execution of the injunction or blocks the roads that have been cleared or other roads or disturbs public order, police will take decisive action to restore public order and protect public safety.
The gatherings are considered illegal by Hong Kong and Chinese authorities. They're protesting against Beijing's control over the leadership ballot for Hong Kong's 2017 elections. The 2-day operation to clear the site continued on Wednesday, protesters continuing to push back against police.
If you do not stop immediately, police officers will arrest you.
At the height of the so-called umbrella revolution in September, 100,000 people took to the streets. But numbers have been dwindling in recent weeks. These clashes are in stark contrast to a peaceful clearance last week near Admiralty's Civic Tower building. Negotiations between protest leaders and Hong Kong authorities are yet to reach a compromise. Stephanie Bolchi, ABC News.
Well, Willie Lam is a professor at the Centre for China Studies at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. Willie, great to talk to you. What we're seeing now is, I guess, the first time the government has really ramped up action with these arrests, things getting a little heated again. Why do you think they've moved now, given they sort of had been watching these protests peter out, really?
Well, the government has been waiting for the public opinion to change because the occupation movement is now almost into its 3rd month. And even though the majority of Hong Kong people are sympathetic to the democratic demands of the students, they have lost patience because the blockade of the streets is lasting too long. And it's obvious that this course of action will not change the opinion of Beijing or the Hong Kong government. So that's why we have not seen as many people out on the streets supporting the students.
So you're right about that. So the protests are petering out. How strategically could the protesters now play this against the authorities?
Well, on the face of it, the administration of Chief Executive C.Y. Leung seems to have won a battle because they have successfully turned public opinion against the occupation. However, the fact that Mr. Leung himself has never deigned to talk to the protesters means that the Leung government has lost the confidence of the public, and eventually the very draconian use of force in the past 2 days could provoke a backlash amongst the students, particularly the arrest this morning of 2 charismatic student leaders. So it's quite possible that even if they succeed to clear the streets in the coming week or 2, another Occupy Central movement might be staged sometime early next year.
So, in your opinion, the Hong Kong government has been seriously diminished by the way they've acted and, in fact, the tide of public opinion?
The Hong Kong government has exploited the public's impatience with traffic jams and so forth. But the fact that it has done nothing to engage the members of the opposition, including the pro-democracy legislators, has proven that it is a stooge of the central government in Beijing. The Leung administration seems to be just obeying orders from Beijing without trying to engage members of the opposition.
Willie, given that the protests really just more or less have petered out, other than what's happened over the last couple of days, what has been learnt in terms of the people of Hong Kong and also, I guess, the Chinese people more broadly about whether their right to protests really get them anywhere?
Well, this protest, we must remember, is the first ever such spontaneous outpouring of passion for democracy within Hong Kong's growing civil society. But they need to learn the lesson that they have to be much better organized and more focused, and they need to know where the pressure points are, where to apply pressure on the Hong Kong and the Beijing governments.
And where do you think that pressure can be applied?
Of course, the mobility of tens of thousands of people, so-called people power, is still very important. After a similar outpouring of protesters in 2003, Beijing was forced to sack Hong Kong's first chief executive. So I think the protesters need to focus their demands, and also they need to mobilize large numbers of people out to the streets again if they stand a chance of changing Beijing's mind about the electoral formula for the chief executive during the elections in 2017.
Willie Lam, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.